More breaking news that we're tracking. Greece's Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis has warned of disastrous consequences over US claims on Greenland. Kyriakos Mitsotakis has warned that any attempt to unilaterally alter the status quo in Greenland would be disastrous and represent a direct challenge to NATO. The Prime Minister's comments come amid escalating tensions between Washington and its European allies. This could prove to be the final straw in our increasingly strained relationship with the US, is what Mitsotakis has said. He's further stated that Greenland is an integral part of the Kingdom of Denmark, a fact that is beyond question, is what he's added. Major General G.G. Trivedi, this is what it boils down to. The consequences of something like this happening. What do you make of it? What do you think could the consequences be?
Well, absolutely, because inviting Russia or inviting China is so absurd, because Russia is almost, I want to actually eat off Ukraine, and China is waiting to gobble Taiwan, so I don't know how far they are going to be the peacemakers. Well, it is absolutely right that no nation has the right to change the status quo with force, because that means you are defying the international law head on. And to that extent, the Greek minister is absolutely right that in case President Trump chooses to use force, that, as I said earlier, will be the end of NATO, and it is going to destroy the transatlantic partnership which are built over a long period of time. So I feel that still there is time that sense prevails on President Trump and the advisors. There is a dialogue or the way out. Well, it can be, as Arvind also said, that possibly there can be some kind of treaty for having a long-term lease. After all, long-term leases have been in place. Like Hong Kong was a 99-year lease from China to Britain. So the point is that it can be that the interest of both America and also the sanctity of sovereignty of a nation like Denmark, or the interest of European Union or the NATO can still be served well in case there is a flexibility that is shown by President Trump and their advisors, and also how Europe and the NATO able to accommodate this kind of request. But the point at issue is that I think the European Union foreign ministry spokesperson made it very clear that while Europe does not want to get into conflict with America, but it's going to hold its ground and not going to yield to the whims and fancies of American president. So I think that there's going to be a lot of jigsaw, there's going to be a lot of give and take. It's not going to be a very open, direct intervention by America, I'm sure. American policymakers also know about the disaster consequences. So to my mind, I think possibly at the end of the day, diplomacy and dialogue will win. Just worry.
All right, absolutely. Major General G. Trivedi and Mr. Arvind Singh Tejava, thank you for speaking to us on NewsX and sharing your perspectives with us on this very important story that we're tracking very closely. Well, we have some more breaking news coming in. A German politician has suggested that the German national team could boycott the 2026 World Cup held in the United States, Canada and Mexico as a last resort in order to get President Donald Trump to see sense on the Greenland issue. Jourdain Hardit, who works as a spokesperson on foreign policy for the Christian Democratic Union Party, made the claim on his own. He was not publicly backed by Sports Minister Christiane, also from the CDU, in fact, who said that the German Football Federation and FIFA, as the responsible association, should field inquiries. More breaking news, in fact, we're tracking very closely at this point in time. Denmark has deployed additional troops to Greenland amid heightened tensions triggered by United States President Donald Trump's repeated threats to take control of the self-governing Danish territory. According to reports, the chief of the Royal Danish Army, Peter Boysen, arrived in the western Greenland on January 19th, along with a substantial contribution of Danish soldiers. Around 58 troops are said to have landed as part of the latest deployment, reinforcing Denmark's military presence in the Arctic region. The newly arrived personnel have joined approximately 60 Danish troops who were dispatched earlier and are currently participating in ongoing multinational military exercises known as Operation Arctic Endurance. All right, we're going to leave it there and shift our focus to some more news that we're tracking from the national arena.